Have you ever been talking to a woman and felt like there's something more between you two, but you're not quite sure what it is? Maybe she's acting a little different, or there's this energy in the air, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Is she just being friendly, or is there something more behind those subtle smiles, lingering glances, and body movements? Well, here's the truth. Most men walk through life completely clueless when it comes to reading attraction. We often think that women will just come out and say, "I like you." But that's simply not how it works. Women are much more subtle. Their desires are wrapped in layers of mystery, hidden in hints, subtle gestures, and silent signals that most men completely overlook. The reality is, women don't communicate desire the way men do. They leak it out, often without even realizing it, and if you're not paying attention, you could miss these crucial signs. Section 1. The unspoken truth about attraction. Psychologists say that up to 90% of attraction is non-verbal. That's right, non-verbal. So if you're waiting for a woman to openly tell you that she wants you, don't hold your breath. Women rarely express their attraction in the way men expect. Instead, they communicate it through their body language, through glances, gestures, and actions that speak louder than words ever could. Once you learn to spot these signals, you'll begin to notice them everywhere. Because trust me, when a woman is attracted to you, her body, her actions, and even her emotions will always tell the truth, even when her words are trying to hide it. Section 2. Sign number 1. Her eyes betray her. Let's start with one of the most powerful signs, her eyes. They say the eyes are the windows to the soul, and when it comes to attraction, they're also the windows to her deepest desires. Women are experts at hiding their feelings, but her eyes, they can't lie. Even if she's trying to act cool, indifferent, or even deny her feelings outright, her eyes will give her away every time. When a woman is attracted to you, she can't help but look at you. But it's not just any look. It's that lingering gaze, the one that lasts just a second longer than it should. It's the kind of look she gives when she thinks you won't notice. She's observing you, not just as a person, but as a man. Women are subtle creatures. They've mastered the art of sneaking peeks without getting caught. But no matter how skilled she is at hiding it, her natural reactions will betray her. Her pupils might dilate when she sees you, and her gaze will soften when you speak to her. She'll glance at you, look away, and then glance back again, like she's caught in an invisible pull she can't resist. And then there's the classic double take. If she looks at you, looks away, and then looks back within a short span of time, she's definitely struggling to hide her attraction. That second glance isn't accidental. It's a signal of her curiosity and interest, and it's more than likely she's fighting the urge to show you just how drawn to you she really is. Section 3. The eye contact game. Eye contact is one of the most powerful tools in non-verbal communication. It creates tension, deepens connections, and most importantly, it exposes hidden feelings. A woman who is secretly attracted to you will engage in a subtle game of eye contact. She'll lock eyes with you from across the room, only to quickly look away as if trying to act casual. Then, when you turn your back, she'll look right back at you again. When you're talking, you'll notice her eyes flicking between your eyes and your lips. It's as if she's imagining something more, but she doesn't even realize she's doing it. It's purely instinctive, her body sending a signal that her mind is processing you as something more than just a friend. But the most telling sign? When she holds eye contact just a little too long, not long enough to be overt, but just enough to make you feel something. That's when she's silently telling you that she's drawn to you without saying a word. Here's a little secret. When a woman is excited or attracted, she'll blink more frequently. Studies in psychology and body language have shown that when someone experiences an increase in heart rate or nervous energy, their blink rate increases too. So, next time you're talking to her, pay attention. If she's blinking more than usual or struggling to maintain steady eye contact, it's because her emotions are working overtime to stay in check. And trust me, that's a big sign that she's feeling something for you. Section 4. The undressing you with her eyes phenomenon. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. If a woman is secretly attracted to you, she might let her guard slip for just a moment. In that brief second, you'll catch her giving you that look, the one that says more than words ever could. This is often the moment when a woman will look at you, her gaze lingering, as though she's mentally undressing you with her eyes. This doesn't always mean she's thinking about you sexually, but it does show that she's processing you on a deeper level. This look can be fleeting, but it's incredibly telling. It's her way of subconsciously acknowledging the attraction she feels for you. And it's something you'll notice once you start paying attention to the small details in her behavior. Section 5. How to read the signs like a pro. So what does all this mean for you? How can you use this information to your advantage? Well, the first step is simply being aware. If you can start paying attention to the small, subtle signs like lingering glances, increased blinking, and that electric eye contact, you'll be way ahead of the game. But remember, the most important thing is to stay relaxed. Women want to feel a natural connection, so don't overthink it. If you're picking up on these signals, it's because she's showing you, without words, that she's interested. Section 6. The instinctive up and down glance. One of the most revealing signs of attraction comes from something as simple as her gaze. We've all seen it, her eyes scanning you from head to toe, as if she's taking in every detail. It's subtle, but it's there. If you've ever wondered, did she just check me out? The answer is yes. Yes, she did. When a woman is attracted to you, she instinctively sizes you up. She's not just casually looking, she's examining you, noticing how you stand, how you move, the little details that make you, well, you. If you catch her in the act, watch how she reacts. Does she suddenly look away? Does she blush or pretend to focus on something else? Congratulations, you just caught her desire in real time. That quick look away or subtle shift in attention is her attempt to mask her attraction, but you've already caught her. Section 7. Her body betrays her. Now, let's talk about her body. Words can be manipulated, but her body, that tells the truth. A woman might try to play it cool, tease you, or even act indifferent, but her body language is a whole different story. Attraction isn't just an emotion, it's a biological response. And when a woman is secretly drawn to you, her body will give her away, whether she realizes it or not. The lean-in effect. Picture this. You're having a conversation with a woman at a cafe, a party, or even at work. You might be talking about something casual, but then you notice something, a subtle shift. She leans in, not in an overt way, but just enough to close the physical distance between you two. This is a natural response when a woman feels attraction. It's her way of pulling you into her space without being obvious. When she leans in, she's drawing closer to you, your presence, your energy, your scent. It excites her. Now here's the next part. Watch what happens when you lean back. Does she follow? Does she instinctively move closer again? If she does, that's a clear signal that she doesn't want to be too far from you. Her body is saying, I want to be closer, and that's desire at play. Mirroring, one of the most underrated signs of attraction, is mirroring. When a woman is drawn to you, she'll subconsciously copy your movements, gestures, and even speech patterns. If you take a sip of your drink, a few seconds later, she does the same. If you adjust your posture, she subtly follows suit. If you lean on your arm, she might do the same. This isn't a game she's playing on purpose. It's simply human nature. Psychology studies show that when we feel a connection with someone, our bodies instinctively synchronize with them. So, when a woman mirrors you, it means she's completely tuned into you. She's connecting with you on a deeper, subconscious level. The touch test. Here's one of the most telling signs: the accidental touch. A woman who is secretly attracted to you will find ways to touch you without making it seem too forward. Maybe she brushes her hand against yours when you hand her something. Maybe she rests her hand on yours for just a second too long. These aren't accidents. Women don't touch men they aren't comfortable with, and they definitely don't initiate physical contact with someone they don't feel some level of attraction toward. If you want to test this, try lightly touching her first. Maybe you brush her hand when you hand her something, or gently place your hand on her back when guiding her through a crowd. If she doesn't pull away, or better yet, if she leans into it, then you've got your answer. She's feeling something for you, and her body is showing it. Her legs and feet tell the truth. Most people overlook this, but her legs and feet are actually some of the strongest indicators of attraction. When a woman likes you, her body language will give you clues in the direction her legs and feet are pointing. If her feet are pointed towards you, it's a clear sign that she's interested. On the other hand, if her feet are facing away from you, it might indicate that she's mentally or emotionally distancing herself. Section 8. Her words slip. Finally, let's talk about her words. A woman who is secretly attracted to you won't always come out and say it directly. Instead, her feelings will reveal themselves in the little things she says and the way she says them. One of the most common signs is when she uses your name more often than necessary. Most people don't realize this, but when a woman likes you, she'll say your name more frequently than she does with others. Why? Because your name is personal, intimate, and saying it gives her a tiny hit of dopamine, her brain's way of rewarding the connection. If you notice that she uses your name a lot, especially in playful or unnecessary ways, it's a strong sign that she's not just talking to you, she's invested in you. She's subconsciously associating your name with something positive and exciting. One of the clearest ways a woman's attraction shows up is in the things she says. It's not always about making a bold confession. It's the small, almost accidental comments she makes that reveal her interest. 1. The casual compliment. A woman who likes you won't always come out and say, "I think you're sexy." That would make her feel too vulnerable. Instead, she'll casually let compliments slip into the conversation. You might hear things like, "You always smell so good," or "Has anyone ever told you that you have a nice voice?" These compliments might seem casual on the surface, but there's something deeper at play. She's letting you know she notices you without making it too obvious. 2. Playful teasing. Another sign that a woman likes you. Teasing. But this isn't just for high schoolers. It's actually a classic way for a woman to create some playful tension. She might challenge you in a fun way, tease you about something small, or even call you nicknames that make her feel closer to you. She's not being mean, she's being playful. Why? Because she's testing your reaction. She wants to see if you can handle her energy and push back in a fun, flirty way. It's her way of getting your attention without being too direct. 3. Mentioning other women. If she's secretly attracted to you but doesn't know how you feel, she might bring up other women just to see your reaction. She might ask if you're seeing anyone, jokingly accuse you of being a player, or drop something like, "Oh, I bet all the girls love you." This isn't random conversation. She's fishing for information. She wants to see how you'll react. Will you get defensive? will you deny it? Or will you reveal more than you intend to? It's a clever way to test the waters and gauge where you stand. Section 8. Her behavior. The body never lies. Her body will also give her away. Even if she's trying to hide it, her physical actions speak volumes. It's impossible for her to hide all of her attraction, and once you know the signs, you'll be able to pick up on them instantly. 1. Talking about what-if scenarios. Another clear sign of attraction is when she starts imagining hypothetical scenarios with you. These can sound innocent, like, if we were stuck on an island together, I bet we'd either kill each other or get along really well. Or, imagine if we had met in high school, I bet we would have been trouble. These might sound like playful, light-hearted statements, but they're much more than that. She's imagining the two of you together, testing the waters of what it might be like in a romantic situation, even if she doesn't admit it directly. When a woman starts talking like this, she's playing with the idea of the two of you together, without fully owning up to it. This is a major indicator that she's already thought about you in that way. Section 9. Her actions. Subtle but powerful signals. Sometimes a woman won't use words to express her attraction. Instead, her body language will betray her. These signs are often instinctual and impossible to fake. 1. Leaning. In one of the most obvious signs is when she leans in while you're talking. This isn't always a dramatic gesture, just enough to close the physical space between you. It's a natural response when a woman feels drawn to you. She's subconsciously trying to get closer, wanting to feel your energy, your presence. What happens when you lean back? Does she move closer again? If she does, that's a clear sign she wants to stay near you and doesn't want the physical distance between you two to grow. 2. Mirroring your actions. When a woman is attracted to you, her body will mirror your movements without her even thinking about it. If you take a sip of your drink, she'll do the same. If you lean on your arm, she'll mirror that too. It's not a game, it's biology. Studies have shown that when people feel connected, their bodies naturally synchronize. So when she mirrors your actions, it means she's tuned into you and feeling that connection. 3. The subtle touch. One of the most powerful signs of attraction is the accidental touch. A woman who is drawn to you might find reasons to touch you without being too obvious about it. Maybe it's a light brush on your arm when she's laughing, or a brief touch on your shoulder. These touches aren't accidents. They're deliberate, subtle gestures that signal her comfort and attraction. If you want to test this, try initiating light touch first. Maybe you brush her hand, or place your hand on her back as you walk through a crowd. If she doesn't pull away, or better yet, if she leans into it, then you've got your answer. So, if you've ever wondered whether a woman is secretly attracted to you, the signs are all around you. From the way she compliments you, to the way she teases you, to her body language that betrays her feelings. These are the subtle cues she's giving off. The key is to pay attention to these signals. Once you know what to look for, you'll be able to see attraction clearly, even if she's trying to keep it under wraps. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into the hidden truths of attraction psychology. And remember, stay sharp, stay aware, and never ignore the signs.